Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. This was not a great night for the Montreal Canadiens. Game number 11 against the St. Louis Blues, and we lost 6-2. A game I would have thought Montreal had a really good chance to win, and they didn't. The only really good part of the game was Slav got his first goal of the season, and that was really good to see him get. It was a power play goal. And that's the only really good news of the night. So I've got in here, I've got the stats from the postgame stats, goal scorers, 3 stars, and we can talk about the game. Just not a really good game for Montreal. Poor defensively. Bounces weren't going their way. No puck luck, that kind of stuff. And just not a good. I'm looking at the numbers here. St. Louis didn't get a power play tonight. How often does that happen where Montreal gets all the power plays and the other team doesn't? That doesn't happen very often. That happened tonight. So let's take a look at those numbers. And just give me a sec. Just bring that in here. So shots on goal, just 2 shots were the difference here. 35 for them, 33 for us. And, I kind of noticed that near the end of the game anyway, that Montreal just wasn't winning faceoffs, but St. Louis only beat us by, a percentage and a half. So it was pretty close there. Power plays, Montreal was 1 for 4, so they keep that 20% area that they're in intact. No power plays for St. Louis. Although it says Montreal had 2 power play minutes, it's showing no power plays for St. Louis, so I imagine they were 0 for 1. There you go. That makes sense. 11 hits for Montreal, 20 for St. Louis. I'm surprised there. I thought Montreal, it just wasn't their night. And then 14 blocks for Montreal, 12 for them. But it counted on the scoreboard where it was 6-3. It was 6-3, not 6-2. And here we go, goal scorers. But Jordan Kyrou, his second from Shen. Slavkovsky gets his first of the season from Newhook and Gallagher. Robert Thomas with his 4th from Justin Falk. Brandon Saad with his 3rd from Kyrou and Shen. Galley chips in to make it 3-2. This is in the second period now at this point, with his 4th of the season from Monahan. Toropchenko gets his first of the season, and I think first of the game. Did he get another one? No, I guess his first of the season from Buchnevich. Braden Shen. That's it. Braden Shen gets his first of the season from Kyrou and Saad, and then Kasperi Kapanen rounds out their scoring with his 2nd of the season from Robert Thomas. Nick Suzuki then gets one with like a minute and a half to go from a tip-in from Caulfield and Matheson, and that's it. Just not a very good game for Montreal. They don't get any stars. Kyrou gets a star for a goal and 2 assists. Braden Shen for a goal and 2 assists gets the second one. And Brandon Saad with a goal and 1 assist gets a 3rd star. I don't think there were any Montreal players that deserved a star. So it is what it is. Just not a good game for Montreal. I really felt that they weren't getting bounces. Passing wasn't great. At points, I don't know, people missing assignments, too many odd man rushes, a couple of breakaways. Like, there was just not a great game for Montreal defensively overall. So then there you go. There's the result. St. Louis on the second game of back-to-back games. So you think, there's a team that can be beaten probably, and Montreal should have beaten them. 3rd loss this week. They lost to Vegas on Monday. In a shootout, I believe. So that was a good game for them. They kept up with Vegas. They just, they lost to the leading team in the league. And then Arizona beat us on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Thursday. And that was, I kind of thought they should beat Arizona. There was 2 kind of close teams, closely matched teams. And it was kind of close. And I would think it was a 3-2 loss. So this was the worst game of the season, of the week for Montreal. They didn't look good out there, running around a little too much, missing assignments in their own zone. Yeah, not a good game. All right, let's see who's here. I don't even know how many people are here. I'm talking to myself for how long? Almost 6 minutes. Not bad. All right, Guru's back. Hey, Guru. Can't win them all. I mean, this is true. Still rebuilding. Maybe figured out Slav is a bit more productive on the first line. That was a power play goal, though. So it was a power play goal on, I believe he's still on the second unit. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. Just I think them switching him lines, I think might have given him, I don't know, a breather. I don't know what it is, but switching lines, he ended up getting a power play goal. But I mean, really, you can't say that goal's because of the line. Habs were never really in it. No, I wouldn't say that. They were in it right up until a certain point. They kept fighting their way back to be in it. But yeah, I guess you could sort of say that. And they played from behind the whole game. Right? Yeah, they played from behind the whole game. There was an early goal by St. Louis, and then they just had to keep coming back to tie it up, and then that was it. They did it twice, and floodgates opened. Hey, Shazam. The only good thing tonight, Slav first goal, and Suzuki last goal of the night. Also, Gallagher 4 on the year. He's got 4. Okay, I don't know what the last part means. Yeah, he says like they say in Quebec, in game de cool. That's game up your ass or from your ass. Lousy game overall. Bad game by the Rocket as well. Marley's hey Lucas, Marley and you had to go there that game, right? Marley's beat them 5-0. Mayu is very far away from being NHL ready, if ever. I wouldn't say if ever. Listen, he might be going through an adjustment period. That's what I would say. Gislain, every time Habs get the puck, a player of St. Louis was on them. Yeah, pressure was constant all night except the last 2 when it was 6-2. You're right. Hey, Matt Outdoor. David, Habs are a young team, but no longer can stop a waist-high puck. I'll say no longer. It wasn't a good game. No player. I mean, don't say no player. It wasn't a good game for any of it, pretty much. Matt, I don't think it's time for a big trade for the Habs. Why? Why do you want to make a trade? You giving up on everything and you just want to start over again? What do you want? What are you talking about? Is a trade going to make them make the playoffs? No. Gooley was nice and steady. You know what though, Lucas? He's an offensive defenseman, so as long as his defense can get to decent, I mean that's what do you expect? We need to develop the help. So this is they gotta. It's I don't know. It's 11 games in. Let's see. This is obvious. They're not going to make the playoffs. I know a lot of people had hopes for that, but the good start. They sort of came back to earth today, right? I guess 4 in 10. How do you figure that out? Galley's on a pace for 32 goals. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get 32 goals, but maybe he will. I don't know, but it's just good to see Galley playing well. And if he gets 32 goals, all the better. Anderson could be traded. You might be right. I don't think they make that trade though till the deadline at the earliest. Hey, Leon. Jacky was off tonight. Well, all D for that matter. Yes, the D wasn't great. Look at all the odd man rushes and stuff. That'll tell you the D wasn't great tonight. Too many guys getting around them. Again, just like that's their pace right now. It's not every player keeps their pace from the first 10 games all the way through the season. So you got to figure there's a drop off there. But I would also say Monahan potentially could get 40 goals this season, right? If he just keeps his pace somewhat close. Who had the solid hit? Wasn't that Jacky who hit Pareko like you're saying? I think. Anyways, I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, Monahan, listen, could have a 40-goal season. And then if Caulfield does it, imagine if that would be the case, we'd have two 40-goal players. That would be awesome. Eric, I think they did have one. Montreal, it did say two penalty minutes, so they must have had one. But yeah, I mean, it's going to show you, right? Everything. The defense wasn't good tonight. Just too many odd man rushes. All right. Not a good game. I mean, that's the simple thing. It's going to happen. Every team has bad games during the season. Just would have thought tonight would have been a better game. They were rested, and St. Louis wasn't. And it didn't seem like that. It seemed the other way around. Just ask, do I like the trio of Slav, Suzuki, Caulfield? I like their potential. Overall tonight, didn't see a lot. They neither impressed me or not. You know what I mean? It was kind of okay. I didn't see anything spectacular. It's not the reason Slav got a goal. He got that on the power play. You kind of could say he was due for one there. So I don't know, but I want to see it more though. Like I don't want to see it just one game they gave him there, and then I want to see him there for a few games as a minimum. So, but overall tonight, I guess it's neutral, whether that was good or bad. My opinion. What say all you people here in the chat? What did you think of Slav tonight on that line? Not the power play goal. What did you think of him on that line? Paul, well, Allen played last game. I guess they're just keeping on their rotation. Should they be ashamed tonight? I mean, yes and no. Not a great game. To be ashamed, I don't know. But to be determined to not repeat that next game against Tampa would be nice. This year Monahan is playing like that, David. He definitely, but I think he's like feeling healthier than he has since then, right? His issues with the hip seem to be over, and he's fully healthy, and you're going to get a good hockey player because that's what he is. It didn't look good. It's just, you can break it down that way if you want. That still doesn't mean it looked good. They did not particularly look good too much tonight. Well, Eric, I think if the first line doesn't sort of work out 100% for Slav, I think Monahan, you try him with Monahan. If that doesn't go, he goes to Laval. Harry Rice. How's it going, Harry? I don't agree with you there. I don't think it was a boring game. because it wasn't. The pace was still good, So I'm not going to say it was a boring game. I saw a couple of boring games from them this year. That wasn't tonight. What it was a poorly played defensive game. And then Monty, I think, could have been better too. So, And could the offense have been better? The offense weren't getting it bounces. The passing wasn't great. Well, I think overall this was just not a good game. But I don't, boring isn't really what I would call it. Because I wasn't bored in this game. Just maybe the last 10 minutes because the game was over. But yeah, that's what I think. Sorry, that hurts still. That's where I got my shots there. Still hurts a little bit there. Dvorak made a bad play, a direct pass on the stick of St. Louis D, who led the turnover that led St. Louis' third goal. Dvorak was probably rusty. How much game he missed because of injury? No big training. Yes, of course. You got to figure Devo. I'm not going to blame Devo tonight. He's first game back. Sure, he's a little bit rusty. Got to get fully into game shape. You want to give a guy like that a few games. So if he had a bad play or two, I mean, that's kind of understandable. So I'm not gonna come down on him for that. I'm glad he's back though. It allows Monahan to move up and center that second line. I think that's something they need. So, a bad night here doesn't mean season's over, right? Next week there's 3 games, I believe. Let's see how they do in those. It was a bad week for them. But not horrible, right? I mean, we've seen them lose games in a row, and they're just bad for like 8 games. Monday, they were good against Vegas. But, I mean, Vegas is a good team, better than them by far. But they stayed with them. I thought that was a good game, actually. The game against Arizona, it was an okay game. Should have had a better result. And then this one was kind of a stinker. Harry, 100%. 3 cross, and I said this, they're getting a lot of cross ice stuff and they're scoring on it. It wasn't his best game for that. Monty's been good cross ice lately, but it wasn't a good night, And when you're giving up a lot of that stuff, you're not making it easier on your goalie, right? So, but I thought there were 2 goals there out of the 6, 2 goals because one was empty net. 2 goals I thought Monty wasn't good on. That's what I said that during the game. Joshua, I doubt. No, that's true. Joshua Waugh could be a penalty killer. Joshua was in Laval, so that doesn't come into it. You're talking about Devo? Could he have been? Yeah, but I mean, they would have done that before this game. Could he have? I guess. I don't think they do it every single time for players that they have to go. It's in certain cases, I guess, for reconditioning. Conditioning stint down in the minors. We play Tampa next, Eric, on Tuesday. Another loss coming up. Yeah, you don't know that. Here, this game, I would have thought, they're going to win tonight. They lost. Maybe that's the opposite on Tuesday. It was a good game for St. Louis, yeah. It was. Didn't help their power play, though. Their power play still sucks. And, getting 6 goals in a game and you got no power play, that's not a good thing for the other team. That's for sure. Hey, Leo. Oh, definitely we're sloppy defensively. And, yeah. I mean, listen, the offense, I don't think their passing was great, right? Their passing was kind of bad, and they ran around a little bit there, too. But they were sloppy defensively. It's a good way to put it. And it does happen, right? It just, you're taking on a team, played last night. You figure this wasn't the game for that, but, it does happen. Have a good night, Giselle. Good to see you as always, eh? Organization is the key to all zones. Tampa doesn't look fast, but they are organized. Habs can be better organized. They've been pretty good lately, right? Tonight was not a good game for them that way. I don't know what it is, what would have caused that, but like Leo said, it happens sometimes. Not going to beat them. They shouldn't beat themselves up over that. That's the way to say it. Just bear down for the next game and look better out there. They're capable of that, so let's hope that happens for next game. All right. There's 15 people here. I wouldn't have thought it got 15 people tonight, but good to see everybody. Give a thumbs up if you're here and having a decent time. And I'm going to stay another 5 minutes or so. It's going to be a short post game. Yeah. And whatever you guys want to ask away. Comment about anything. Hey, Randy, how's it going? Don't I think the Habs should look at Tampa and other strong power play teams and take some pointers to improve their own power play? I'm not. I don't think I want to come down on them too much when the power play has improved this season. They're at 20%, and I would think they're still there because they got 1-4. So I'm not gonna second guess that. Their power play's been better. Let them go from there. Yeah, Leo, listen, they all did. I don't think the defense was good as a group. I think Kovacevic has been pretty steady all year. He just got promoted up to that first line. That's not for nothing. They didn't do that for nothing. So, yeah, it wasn't maybe not his best game, but was it anybody on defense's best game? No. So, I just hope they all clean up the act by the next game. Habs need to be able to separate themselves since they are 5-on-4. I don't get you there. Why are they 5-on-4? You mean when they are 5-on-4? Paul, you're always even if I don't agree with your thoughts, you're always welcome to have your thoughts here. That's what this is all about. But I don't remember what you said. Did you say something earlier? I didn't notice if you did. No, that's the first comment, no? Anyways, you're always allowed to as long as they're not offensive to anybody. Yeah, of course. For a rebuilding team, yeah, but this was still a disappointing game. I just thought they should have had a better game against St. Louis. And then I did say, watch, St. Louis will have a good game against us because that's last year. That's what happened. Team needed a goal. Team was struggling. Play Montreal. You'll get it fixed up. So it's kind of what happened tonight, but they did not get their power play fixed up because they only had the one, I believe. Hey, Joe, good to see you again. I'm not here for much longer, though. I'm taking off soon. I'm kind of tired. Lucas just went tonight. Lucas picked the best game to go to where they lose 5-0. Listen, I don't drive anymore, so not easy for me to get up there. But if Rockets game sounds like a great ticket, man. They're not playing great right now. That's the only problem. But you got to figure it's a long season. They should work that out. Cross ice passes kind of killed us tonight, David. They got one though. It says in these in the post-game stats that the Habs had 2 penalty minutes. So I just don't remember when it was, and they must. Oh, I got it here. I'll tell you actually what the penalty was. Yeah, third period, Jack Eye. Oh, maybe that's what that is. He got that at the end of the game. Yeah, that's it. You're right. They had no power plays because the penalty was at the 20-minute mark of the third, right at the end. So you're right. Randy, I think so too. I don't know. Listen, though, Primo hasn't been in nets, but is that good for him to be getting no games? And is it good to the 3 goalie system? I don't know. I don't think so. So I don't know what's going to happen with Primo. If they're going to trade him or they're going to find a way to get him to Laval. Okay, Leo, I think we were talking about different things then. I don't disagree with what you said there. And that's, I think, their kind of philosophy, right? Is they're working as 5-man units. And they just, were they not in sync with each other tonight? Passing was bad. I mean, these are the things that happen. But I think I misunderstood what you wrote up there before. Eric, have a good night. Thanks for being here as always, buddy. Thanks for, I don't see what you put there, Sofka, but I know they're the badges. Thanks, buddy. The Habs also apparently had a delayed penalty when the Blues scored the empty netter. Oh, was that? No, but wouldn't that be a power play goal? If it's a delayed penalty, is that not a power play goal if you score on that? And they had no power play goals, the Blues. Only power play goal was Montreal. They had a shorty or 2. They had 2 shorties, I think, St. Louis. So I don't know. And I'm looking at the penalties called. There were no penalties called to Montreal except Arbor Jackeye at the 20-minute mark of the third period. And there were 4 for St. Louis. Montreal had 4 power plays. So I think that lines up, and I don't think you are right on that. Well, they'd have the man advantage. It's the delayed penalty. Why would that not be a power play goal? So maybe you're right, but there's nothing in the calls that there were going to be. And wouldn't they put it that there was a delayed penalty? Like that should be here. And it's not. So I don't know. And I think on that note, how many people are here? Yeah, I'm going to take off. So listen, it's Saturday night. Got rest of the Saturday to enjoy. And, we had fun. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to get into that. All right, that's it. I'm tired. I'm taking off. Thanks, everybody, for being here for this post-game. I'm sure it would have been a lot more fun if we had won the game. That would have been great. But that's not the case, and that's what are you going to do? We got to live with it. Next game is Tuesday. Tampa's in Montreal to take on the Habs. After that, I know there's a Thursday game and a Saturday game. That's all I know. I think there might be a Saturday-Sunday game as well this coming weekend. So I haven't got it all entered into my schedule here. That'll be happening tomorrow, and then I'll know. All right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Till next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all, and I'll see you later. Till next time, keep your stick on the ice and go Habs go. Hard to say that with a lot of vigor after a loss tonight, but that's it. Good night, everybody. Ciao.